Eddie Frederick has got it all. Inspiration, motivation, great advice, and biting opinion pieces as only Eddie Frederick can deliver. Eddie Frederick has got it all.
Welcome to EDDIE-FICATION, made possible by the efforts of the Center for Democracy and Good Governance, CDGG. The Center for Democracy and Good Governance is a sound organization established to promote and strengthen democracy.
I want the best for my family, so every meal has to be perfect. Every bite has to say, There's no doubt in my mind that the best in frozen meats and vegetables has to come from the Country Cold Store. Hams, turkeys, sausages, beef, pork, chicken. I just don't know my family is in safe hands. Thank you, Country Cold Store, for being there for us for the past 40 years.
There are some interesting specials available at Country Cold Store's Mini Mart while stocks last. Take advantage of these specials as they assist you to stretch your limited funds.
The Country Cold Store, providing the best in frozen meats and vegetables since 1969.
Attention all forward-thinking companies. Sure, you can do with a continuous positive boost to your image and impact your bottom line. If you think training is expensive, try not training, and you will experience a perpetual downward spiral in patronage on account of increased dissatisfied customers. Take things into your hands and engage the best at motivation and customer care training with a tried and tested track record. Visit www.efrederick.com now and learn how you can change the atmosphere in your business and improve the customer experience for everyone who does business with you. Spice Island Beach Resort and Belmont Estate are two such local entities of world renown that have benefited tremendously from ongoing customer care, social skills, and motivation training. Training changes everything for the better for any business and every team member. Enhance employee performance through increased awareness and passion for the job at hand. Greater potential in your workforce awaits you through engaged, high-energy training that works. Log on now, www.efrederick.com.
Eddie Frederick has got it all. Inspiration, motivation, great advice, and biting opinion pieces as only Eddie Frederick can deliver. Eddie Frederick has got it all.
Wonderful, folks, and welcome to EDDIE-FICATION 252 as we continue our webinar style sharing as an edifier, delivered, of course, in a frank, matter-of-factly manner. This is the 19th day of January 2025, believe it or not. And already we have only 12 more days before the first month of this year is totally over. For those of us who have a shorter time left, when compared, of course, with the amount that we have already spent being alive, we need to preserve our sanity by always seeking joy, laughter, and peace in order to guarantee our own happiness as we proceed to our transition point. You see, as soon as you come into this room today, folks, we're going to be realistic. Good? So it's important for you to remember to share, comment, like, love, just interact as you usually do to make this program totally lively, enjoyable, and of course, valuable as you consider to be, part of your development as we go along. This past week, I didn't circulate too much personally on the outside of where I live, but I must say that everywhere I went for the very few interventions that I would have, experienced, I've been getting some comments about how, edifying the program really is and the consistency with my frankness, because this is, 40 years, folks. It's ain't easy. Consistency for 40. A lot of people had fallen off the wagon and they got absorbed by what they used to hate. Not me. If I don't like it today, I ain't gonna like it tomorrow, and I ain't gonna like it next week either. And it's just consistency. Our angel number, of course, for this week is 252. And that's really a sign to balance yourself, folks, mentally, physically, and spiritually. This angel number is also a nudge to embrace new opportunities because positive changes are in store. Your guardian angel is reminding you that you're on the right path, so keep following your intuition. Today's topic was carefully chosen, especially in light of how absent discipline is among many of our people who continue to treat life casually. And in spite of being the usual casualty, so many are as a result of being casual. They insist on carrying on with the same old nonsense as a matter of course. So, for the benefit of those who may not already know, our topic for today's discourse is desirable change will take you to the promised land, not without discipline. You see, the path to desirable change, whether it's personal growth, career success, improved relationships, or even better health, requires a commitment to effort and discipline. It's not enough to sort of, merely dream of a better future. Action and perseverance are the bridges between where you are right now and where you want to be. If there is no action, there is no perseverance or consistency, dog eat your supper, folks. I always think it is necessary for us to set the stage for the desired change through discipline, with an understanding of the value of spirituality to our success. Not religiosity, spirituality. As one of the 8 dimensions of success, spirituality is the force that derives, and as a matter of fact, not only derives, it actually drives discernment and wisdom. The other 7 dimensions, I would always remind you of them. They include physical, emotional, intellectual, social, occupational, financial, and environmental. You see, spirituality, when defined simply, is an association with your inner, higher consciousness. Nobody can teach it to you, folks. You have got to get the fundamentals of any spiritual system. Look inside of you, then determine how you are going to use those fundamentals to improve your life. You must not allow anybody to tell you, you must pray every Friday, do this every Saturday, and the other every Sunday. Nonsense. That is mama guy and papi show. What is good for you is not necessarily what I need to be good for me. You may need to go into yourself and meditate 100 times a day. You see, and even the same person may not need it all the time. You may find yourself in certain circumstances where you need to be gathering all your forces continuously on certain days, and other days you don't even think about it. That does not mean that you do not pray. If you are truly living your own life, you know what you are, and you live towards realizing your mission in life, every sound out of your mouth is a prayer. Every gesture that you make is a prayer. Every dance you dance is a prayer. And when you make love with somebody, you are actually praying because you're doing it sincerely. You see, when you are truly spirit-centered, there isn't anything that you need that is not a prayer. For when you know who you are and your purpose is in conformity with God's will for your life, everything you do will be like a prayer. Folks, as Christians, who may read the Bible from time to time or regularly, it doesn't matter. And of course, you know the Bible is the manual for Christianity. You ought to have been privy to the following prose. It's a powerful prose on that. Of course, people say it different how. Vision without action is powerless. Faith without action is powerless. Prayers without action, powerless. You see, many people have aspirations, but the gap between wishing for change and realizing it lies in consistent, intentional effort. You see, a vision is essential, but it must be paired with actionable steps and a willingness to do the hard work, even when motivation fades. God truly helps those who help themselves. Stop praying and you leave it up to God. That's why nothing happens. Because God helps those who help themselves. You pray, your mind should be set in a different frame to go out and make it happen. You see, discipline is the ability to stay focused on your goals despite distractions, despite setbacks, or even the temptation to give up. It's what helps you make decisions that align with your long-term objectives instead of opting for short-term comfort or even gratification. Discipline ensures that you show up even on days when you don't feel like it. Continuous discipline action gives you the momentum to reach your optimum potential. You see, desirable change doesn't come easily, folks. It requires you to step outside your comfort zone and face challenges head on. Each obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger, to grow smarter, and to become more resilient. Avoiding these challenges might feel safe in the short term, but it ultimately prevents your own progress. It's very important to remember that consistency matters more than perfection. The work you put in each day, even in small amounts, compounds over time. You see, missing a step doesn't mean failure. It's about getting back on track and continuing forward with renewed focus. Achieving desirable change, folks, often requires sacrifice, which a lot of people seem to be allergic to making sacrifice to end up where they really desire to be in life. But making sacrifice means letting go of old habits, cutting out distractions, or dedicating time and energy to activities that align with your goals. You see, these sacrifices may be difficult in the moment, but they are investments in the life that you want to create. In summary, desirable change isn't a destination that you can reach through shortcuts or wishful thinking. Oh no! It's the result of sustained effort, sustained discipline, and a commitment to your own growth. You see, the work you put in today becomes the foundation for the life you envision tomorrow. Stay focused, stay disciplined, And remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Just this morning, I'm realizing that this last week has gone. I was so busy, having long days, doing a lot of preparatory work for things to come. And I'm saying, oh, no wonder I have a personal affront. I take a personal, what should I say, boy, distaste to people begging me, because I know these people ain't put no effort into nothing they're doing. As a matter of fact, they ain't even doing anything. But they just want to sit down and beg. Well, as we say here, you're going to miss me, because I'm working too hard to just be doling out. You see this, feeding that habit of entitlement and dependency? That not happening here tonight. You remember, Skonta? Good. You see, the journey is just as important as the destination. What does that really mean? It means that the process of working towards your goal holds as much value, if not more, than the final achievement. You see, while reaching your destination maybe provide, I would say, a sense of accomplishment, the experiences, lessons, and growth that occur along the way are what truly shape you. And here's why the journey really matters. Every step you take toward your goal helps you to grow mentally, emotionally, and sometimes even physically. Challenges teach resilience. Failures build strength. And perseverance fosters confidence. You see, the skills and character that we develop while pursuing our goals are lasting rewards, regardless of the outcome. You see, often we are so focused on the future that we kind of forget, we omit appreciating the present. The journey offers countless moments of joy, learning, and even connection. These experiences make the pursuit meaningful and enrich your life beyond simply, let's say, arriving at your goal. Oh no, you must enjoy the process. The journey provides clarity about your purpose and even your motivations. As you navigate the ups and downs, you're given an opportunity to reflect on what truly matters and why you're pursuing a particular goal. This self-awareness can guide your future actions and even decisions. You see, destinations are often rigidly defined, but journeys are fluid and unpredictable. Embracing the uncertainty and surprises along the way helps you to become more adaptable and open-minded. And you know what they say about a mind? A mind is like a parachute, folks, best used when open. This mindset can transform obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. Sometimes reaching the destination doesn't feel as satisfying as expected. You see, the journey teaches you to measure success, not just by the outcome, but by the effort, by the dedication, by the progress you have made. Folks, you may not like where you are right now, but stop for a minute. Are you where you started? And if the answer is no, let that motivate you to keep moving. It's about who you've become or who you are becoming, what you have learned and what you are learning, rather than simply what you have achieved. The journey requires patience. It's a reminder that meaningful change takes time. You see, this patience fosters gratitude for small wins and progress, helping you to stay what? Grounded and appreciative of the entire process. You know, the journey leaves a lasting impact on each and every one of us and those around you, us too. You see, the habits that we build, the people we inspire, and the lessons that we share become part of our legacy. Even if the destination shifts or changes, the journey remains significant. So while the destination provides direction, the journey provides what? Purpose. It's where life is lived, character is built, and transformation occurs. By embracing the journey, though, you not only achieve your goals, but also you create a life rich in meaning, rich in growth, and rich in fulfillment. The process isn't just a means to an end. It is the end in itself. So what are we saying here, folks? Desirable change will take you to the promised land, not without discipline. Ask Kirani James, who was born in abject poverty and desired some form of change in his circumstance. Ask him what he did. He resorted to discipline within himself to hunker down to athletics, and not only athletics, but academics. And eventually he sprinted his way out of poverty into world fame, and I dare say a much better standard of living and quality of life. Discipline has its place, folks. If we really are to reap the benefits of meaningful change, we have to be disciplined. Let's take a little break, and we'll come right back with a lot more.
Eddie Frederick has got it all. Inspiration, motivation, great advice, and biting opinion pieces as only Eddie Frederick can deliver. Eddie Frederick has got it all.
This is Edification, made possible by the efforts of the Center for Democracy and Good Governance, CDGG. The strength of views and opinions expressed during edification are not necessarily a reflection or representation of the sponsors and/or affiliates of this program.
Eddie Frederick has got it all. Inspiration, motivation, great advice, and biting opinion pieces as only Eddie Frederick can deliver. Eddie Frederick has got it all.
Wonderful, folks. And welcome once again. Welcome. For those of you just joining, I see that some usually, early folks who would pull up their chairs very early, I see that they're apologizing for being late. Welcome. As I always say, it's better to be late than dead on time. So it's good to have you. Welcome. And of course, to do the honorable thing. As soon as you get into the room, just hit that share button and let's get the interaction going. Comment, like, love, do whatever you choose to do. But welcome. Folks, if we are really interested in living our best life, we have to be prepared to make some serious decisions about our lives. You see, some habits have got to go. Hey, some people too. Some people that we have around us have got to go. I take pride in sharing what really matters here to help you develop an interest in your personal growth for your own good. And of course, no sugarcoating. Trust me, those empty-headed morons whose main focus is to attack decent citizens regularly to see if they could break their spirits, have no capacity to share this type of edifying stuff with you. None whatsoever. You see, the process towards personal growth isn't just a means to an end. That emphasizes that the actions, efforts, and experiences that you engage in on the way to achieving a goal hold intrinsic value with it, folks. The people you hang around can keep you from the promised land. Too often, people focus solely on reaching a specific outcome, believing that the end result will justify everything. However, this perspective, I must say, it overlooks the richness and the importance of the journey itself. Here's a deeper exploration of why the process matters as much as, or even more than, the end goal. The process is where transformation occurs. Each challenge that you face and overcome contributes to your personal development, folks. I have found that a lot of Grenadians have an aversion to personal growth and development. You know them for 10 years, and just how you know them, so they are. No evolution, no growth, no development, no nothing. And if you choose to sit with them and you talk to them about that, you know they feel because their money has grown that they have grown, because their life is centered around money. But that's only one dimension of the 8 dimensions of success, finance. There's 7 other dimensions. Are you growing in them? You remember Bob Marley has this famous quote. Some people are so poor, the only thing they have is money. Bob Marley, the philosopher of sorts, actually proffered that piece of philosophy, and that's rich. Folks, growth happens in the process of your transformation. You gain new skills, new insights, and a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. This growth becomes a permanent part of who you are, regardless of whether you achieve the exact outcome that you envisioned. And in most cases, when you do a lot of dumping, a lot of jettisoning of cargo that you no longer want to carry, or you no longer see the need to carry, your ship gets lighter, making room for what? Desirable goods. You see, the quality of intention behind the process often determine the quality of the outcome, because the process really does shape the outcome. If the process is rushed, careless, or even inauthentic, the results may reflect that. Conversely, when you approach the process with dedication, integrity, and mindfulness, the outcome becomes a genuine reflection of your effort and your values. You see, focusing solely on the destination can make the journey feel tedious or even burdensome, as if it's just something to get through. However, when you shift your focus to the process itself, you discover purpose and meaning in each step. Every small achievement, every small lesson learned, or even connection made along the way enriches your experience. You see, true success is rarely a single event. It's a sustained way of living or even being. If you only care about the end result, you may feel lost or unfulfilled once you achieve it. But you see, loving the process ensures that you remain engaged and motivated even after reaching your goal, because you've built a lifestyle around continual growth and effort. You never stop. You always want to keep moving. So sustainable success requires a love for the process. And you must also start off by loving what you do. Because when you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life. You see, life is unpredictable, and goals often take longer to achieve than we expect. The process teaches patience and resilience by requiring us to navigate delays, setbacks, and unforeseen challenges. These lessons stay with us, folks, and they also prepare us for future endeavors, even beyond the specific goal that we are pursuing probably right now. So the process teaches us patience and resilience, how to bounce back from any unforeseen circumstance. You see, when the outcome is your sole focus, the pressure to succeed can become overwhelming. You see, this mindset, that can lead to anxiety, burnout, and even disappointment if things don't go as planned. By finding joy and fulfillment in the entire process, you create a sense of what? Satisfaction that isn't tied to external results. So enjoying the process reduces the pressure of the outcome. Looking back, people often cherish the experiences and moments they had on the way to achieving their goals more than the goal itself. You see, the laughter, the struggles, the growth, the connections are the things that make life more meaningful. The process is where these memories are created. So even when you reach a goal, life doesn't stop. There will always be new challenges, new aspirations, and new processes to engage in. Why? Because life is not static. Life is a dynamic thing. So by valuing the process itself, you build a mindset that embraces continuous growth and learning, rather than placing happiness or success on a single fleeting outcome. You heard how the goal might be a fleeting outcome, because no sooner than you achieve it, the goalpost has moved. You have to now do some tweaking to maintain it. Isn't that interesting? So when you see the process not just as a means to an end, but as an integral and valuable part of the entire experience, you open yourself up for what? A richer, more fulfilling life. The process is where life unfolds, where you grow into your best self, and where the true rewards of effort and perseverance are found. The end goal might give you a moment of satisfaction, but the process is what defines you. So we might ask, because you're working hard, you're trying to achieve what you set out to achieve. But I think it's important for us to understand, what role does envy and jealousy play in stymieing our true north development? You see, envy and jealousy can play a very significant role in hindering one's ability to achieve personal growth and follow your true north, which represents a person's authentic purpose, values, and even aspirations. These emotions, when left unchecked, create mental and emotional barriers that derail progress, limits self-awareness, and of course, divert energy from meaningful pursuits. But let's just look at a few things that can really derail us by, of course, envy and jealousy. You see, envy and jealousy focus your attention on what others have or what others are achieving, rather than on your own goals and your own growth. When you're consumed by comparisons, you lose sight of your true north. And what do you risk? Pursuing your own goals that aren't aligned with your authentic self. Isn't that interesting? Simply to compete or to keep up with others. And we have so much of this in this little piece of geography called Grenada. So many envious and jealous people. It's sad. But envy and jealousy come from dunceness. Because come on, folks. We are a project by ourselves. And if we don't mind our goddamn business to take care of the project Number one, look, number one here, folks. Number one is you. Focus on you. Take care of this project that is given just a short walk on the surface of the earth. Try to fulfill your purpose. Live within your authenticity. And you will see that you will make progress. You see, jealousy stems from a belief that someone else's success diminishes your own value or even potential. This mindset fosters feelings of inadequacy, self-doubt, and insecurity, making it difficult to take bold, confident steps towards your own aspirations. Ties you up. Instead of focusing on growth, you may fixate on perceived shortcomings instead. But the enemy likes that. Envy and jealousy often breed what? Resentment towards others, creating a negative mental and emotional state. This negativity can cloud judgment, damage relationships, and drain the energy that you could be using to work on your own personal development. Resentment also reinforces a scarcity mindset, where you believe success is limited rather than abundant. But you might be correct, because if you possess a scarcity mindset, you can't think of, success being any abundant activity. Hell no. Must be for them, not for me. Joke you make it. You are succeeding in your own way. Sometimes you got to stop, folks, and take stock. Where am I now? Okay. But where am I coming from? Am I the same place? No. Show some appreciation. You have moved. And if you have moved, maybe you need to move a little faster. Maybe you need to move a little more meaningfully. Maybe you need to put some more style in your step. But you see who you're focusing on? Number one, not minding somebody else's business. Our mother used to tell us, do not envy people unless you're prepared to go and do the research and find out how they get what they have, and one way or the other, envy the entire process. If they're thieving, envy that too. And if they're doing it with integrity, envy that too. Are we making any sense here, folks? You see, when envy and jealousy take hold, you may feel pressured to act impulsively or make decisions to prove yourself rather than staying true to your purpose. For example, you might pursue material possessions, career moves, or relationships that are not aligned with your values simply to match or even surpass someone else. True growth and fulfillment come from appreciating what you have and who you are right now. Envy and jealousy block gratitude, making it difficult to recognize your progress and blessings. Without gratitude, folks, it is harder to stay grounded and motivated on your own personal journey. You see, folks, comparing yourself to or with others can amplify your fear of failure, as you may worry about how your setbacks will be perceived. This fear can paralyze you, making you hesitant to take risks or step outside your comfort zone. Key components of personal growth. But you see, jealousy and envy keep you in the box. Jealousy can damage relationships. And with whom? Mentors, peers, collaborators who might otherwise support your growth. Instead of fostering connections and learning from others' successes, jealousy fosters division and isolation, cutting you off from valuable opportunities for development. Folks, we are seeing people who could hardly read and write properly. They are functional in the literacy department. If you ask them to read something for you, they're picking. So you and I know the brain is not coordinating what they are actually seeing and picking by way of vocalizing through their mouths. So they cannot understand it. But yet for all, they know how to project their jealousy and their envy on others who are focused, who are paying attention to their craft, who are excelling as a result. And when you stop for a moment and you look at these people, you don't have to wonder why they are stuck in life. And that everything they have done in the past is just unraveling. They are on a downward spiral with their lives, while their targets are moving up, 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 up. It's sad, eh? I went to town Friday. And of course, you have to grab the first park you get wherever and be prepared to walk and do the rest of stuff that you have to do in town. And that's exactly what I do. But I want to advise you folks, you have to remember where you park too, Because if you don't remember where you park, when you come out of a place, sometimes you think the car is just outside there, and then oh, Lord Jesus, you have to go quite a trek to find it. That has stopped happening to me now, but because I have gotten into the habit of parking and making a mental note of where the car is. And I walked one of the main streets in St. George's, and I saw an element. I have to call that particular living creature an element, who loves to project nastiness on others through that element's chosen craft, profession, that is. And I couldn't even control the stoops, the big, long, full of substance tubes that came out of my mouth when I actually saw that element. Folks, you don't have to wonder why these people look the way they look. Totally deteriorated from when last I saw that person to now. Look like if gravity and that person are closely related. Dong, 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 dong. But yet for all, they know how to project negatives on people, not realizing that it is coming back to them. And you should see how startled that person behaved when that element saw me. You could see that they were conscious of how they looked. And they were disappointed that I would actually see them looking so. And all I had to do after I passed that person was say, there, but for the grace of God, I go. And I thank God for the level of consciousness that I have, which didn't start now, but started from my socialization, from my struggling mother, that one-parent mother who took care of her 5 bastard children. And all we can do is to sing her praise today for bringing us up a particular way so that we know how to take care of ourselves and mind our goddamn business. Isn't that interesting? Folks, envy and jealousy cuts you off from valuable opportunities for your own development because those two things take a lot of energy. Envy often shifts your focus from intrinsic motivation to external validation. Instead of pursuing goals that align with your true north, you may chase superficial markers of success, like titles, accolades, or even wealth that reflect societal standards or others' approval rather than your authentic desires. Folks, I just like to drop it as it needs to be dropped, hot, because it is so unfortunate. You're not taking care of yourself, but you know how to envy other people. And you know how to project that envy in continuous prose, whether it's written or verbally, against decent citizens No wonder you look the way you look. No wonder, if you really take stock of yourself, you realize that who you are pandering to, if you don't continue, you will never eat. So you're really singing for your supper. It's sad. But how do we overcome envy and jealousy to realign us with our true north? We have to practice self-awareness. Acknowledge feelings of envy and jealousy without judgment. Reflect on their root causes. Are they revealing unmet needs, insecurities, or unfulfilled desires within us? And we need to use those insights to refocus on our own path in life. You see, we have to reframe others' success. Instead of seeing others' achievements as threats, view them as inspiration and proof of what is possible. Celebrate their success as a reminder that growth and opportunity exist for all of us. We need to cultivate gratitude, folks. Focus on what you already have and the progress you have already made. Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, helping you to appreciate your journey rather than comparing it to others' journey. We need to set personal goals. We need to revisit our values and aspirations, define success on our own terms, creating goals that align with our true north rather than external pressure. I always say, to hell with you and what your expectations of me are. Go and have your own expectations of yourself. I already set mine, and I'm well in train to achieving them. You see, that indomitable spirit is what a lot of you need. So revisit your values and aspirations. What about limit comparisons? Limit or even obliterate them completely. Avoid unnecessary exposure to environments like social media that fuel unhealthy comparisons. Instead, surround yourself with people and activities that uplift and motivate you. You see, when you go on social media and you see a lot of people's fake projections of themselves, just go in your cupboard in your kitchen and open it, and when you see you have food inside there, that's your reality. Thank God for the food you have in your cupboard. Thank God that you have gas in your cylinder so you can turn on your stove. Thank God that you have utensils. Thank God that you have a shelter. Because most of these people who are projecting on social media that encourage you to go and envy them because of all this fakeness that you seeing and you envying. Most of them don't have what you have. Most of them don't have what you have. All the stock you just finished taking, you're richer than them because you have your priorities together. You see, focus on growth over competition, folks. Redirect your energy from competing with others to improving yourself. Folks, you are your own project. Work on thyself. Embrace the idea that success is not finite. Others' achievement do not limit your potential. You see, envy and jealousy can stymie your true north development by distracting you from your authentic purpose, undermining your self-worth, and fostering what? Negativity. By cultivating self-awareness, gratitude, and a growth mindset, you can overcome these emotions and realign with your true values and aspirations. You see, your path is yours alone, and staying focused on it allows you to move towards a life of fulfillment and authenticity. Too much goddamn fake around us, and a lot of you falling for the fakeness and trying to compete with it. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. Desirable change will take you to the promised land, not without discipline. You must develop the discipline to shut out naysayers, trash talkers, gutter snipes, inherently malicious and evil elements remembering always that you become what you hang around. And what you hang around gets the opportunity to do what? Consume you. So be careful what you listen to and who you listen to. They are usually given power to absorb you through your attention. Some of you can do with a serious cleanup of the energies that you are connected with on social media. Do like me. Clean up and do the necessary dumping. Trust me, you will notice the difference almost immediately. Let's take a little break. Of course, you see where this is going. Let's take a little break and we'll come back with a lot.
Eddie Frederick has got it all. Inspiration, motivation, great advice, and biting opinion pieces as only Eddie Frederick can deliver. Eddie Frederick has got it all.
This is Edification, made possible by the efforts of the Center for Democracy and Good Governance, CDGG. The strength of views and opinions expressed during edification are not necessarily a reflection or representation of the sponsors and/or affiliates of this program.
Eddie Frederick has got it all. Inspiration, motivation, great advice, and biting opinion pieces as only Eddie Frederick can deliver. Eddie Frederick has got it all.
All right, folks, and we are into our third segment now. And of course, you know, we usually go up until we crescendo at the end. Why is there so much pettiness in Grenada among citizens? Folks, hey, as soon as you get into the room, do some sharing. Hit that share button, comment, like, love, whatever it is. But interact. You see, the prevalence of pettiness in Grenada or any close-knit society often stems from a combination of cultural, historical, I would want to even say social and economic factors. Understanding the root causes of this behavior requires exploring the unique dynamics of the community. So here are some possible reasons for pettiness among citizens in Grenada. In small societies like Grenada, social interactions are intimate and interconnected. Everyone knows everyone, and reputations, comparisons, and even rivalries can easily arise. This closeness can breed competition, gossip, small disputes, as people are often hyper aware of each other's lives and choices. In many cases, what people feel they know about you is taken as reality for them, and so they proceed with you on that basis. You see, the legacy of colonialism in the Caribbean fostered a system of division and competition, particularly along lines of class, color, and privilege. This historical baggage can manifest in modern behaviors where mistrust, rivalry, and a crabs in a barrel mentality, pulling others down to get ahead, persist as a subconscious legacy of that period. You see, Grenada's small economy means opportunities for upward mobility can be limited. But in such environments, competition for jobs, resources, and success can breed resentment and even pettiness. People may feel the need to undermine others to secure their own position, or simply to vent frustrations about their own struggles. Put in the mix with that, the abject laziness and entitlement of so many of our people who are not prepared to do what they need to do in order to get ahead, but are quick to be envious and jealous of those who apply themselves. You see, like in many Caribbean cultures, appearances, social standing, and perceptions of success are often emphasized. This focus can lead to unhealthy comparisons and a culture of petty jealousy, where individuals feel threatened by others' achievements or even lifestyles. From the time one joins a workplace, private sector or government, whether you have a first degree or a master's degree, in many instances, efforts to frustrate those people become the order of the day, as it is feared that they would show up those who gain positions of authority without merit. In some cases, cultural tendencies towards indirect communication or conflict avoidance can exacerbate pettiness. Instead of addressing issues openly, people may resort to gossip, passive-aggressive behavior, or small acts of sabotage, leading to an environment of subtle hostility, which evolves sometimes on a level of toxicity that could become unbearable. Why do you think so many workplaces are toxic? Because of the pervasiveness of envy, jealousy, and all the negative attributes that people come to work with. People come to work with their whole selves instead of their best selves. You see, in smaller societies with limited avenues for entertainment, gossip often becomes a form of social interaction and amusement. While seemingly harmless, this habit can fuel pettiness as it perpetuates a culture of judgment and criticism. Most times, come and see who are the ones doing the gossiping. And you know my favorite little gasp, oh Gide. Grenada's political landscape can also contribute to pettiness. Deep political divisions and party loyalty have been known to lead to grudges, favoritism, and a lack of unity spilling over into personal relationships and community interactions. The greatest deceiver Grenada has ever elected to office time and time again had enough time to normalize that terrible division among our people today. You see, economic hardship, limited opportunities, even though there are several opportunities in the construction sector here in Grenada and Carriacou that many of our people seem too lazy to seize upon. And the lack of proper avenues for personal growth can lead to frustration. But it is the laziness is the root of the frustration. If the Labour Commissioner acting could tell you that last year alone, the government was able to collect $2 million in work permit fees, what does that say? They have no opportunities in Grenada. People want free money. People don't want to work. And because they're not getting free money, they're frustrated. You see, when individuals feel stuck or unfulfilled, they may channel their frustration into petty disputes or take joy in others' missteps as a way to cope with their own dissatisfactions. But how to reduce pettiness among us? How do we do that? We need to invest in education and teaching critical thinking skills that can help our citizens move beyond petty behavior by fostering empathy, open-mindedness, and of course, self-awareness. You see, the Nintendo and other gadget-propelled computer games They do not teach their players how to reason, how to resolve conflicts, how to analyze or even process anything. Oh no. And so it is easy for them to find themselves at the end of the road, very easy, when faced with real life challenges and conflicts. How do they cope? They can't cope because they've never been exposed to coping mechanisms. You see, workshops on public discussions around conflict resolution, respect, and collaboration can help people address issues directly and constructively rather than resorting to gossip, hostility, or even violence. You see, highlighting stories of community success, collaboration, and national pride can inspire people to work together rather than compete against each other. After all, everyone has his or her role which contributes to the end result, creating more opportunities for employment, entrepreneurship, the personal development, and all of these things can reduce underlying frustrations that often fuel pettiness. But you know, pettiness in Grenada is not the domain of just the ordinary. This thing has actually flooded the entire society at all levels. But people need to be exposed to the value of initiative and the proper use of time in order to make themselves relevant in their personal and professional life. Promoting values like gratitude and contentment can shift focus from competition and jealousy to appreciation of what each person and the community has to offer. Gratitude causes one to stop, reflect on what they have, where they are, as against on what they don't have and where they are not that they would like to be. Through education and leadership, I would say, challenge the idea that one person's success diminishes others. Emphasize that collaboration and mutual support benefit everyone. Encouraging individuals to focus on personal growth, community service, and larger goals can help move attention from the trivial disputes and comparisons. You see, pettiness in Grenada, as in many small communities, is a product of historical legacies, economic realities, cultural norms, social dynamics. While it can create tension and even division, it's not insurmountable. You see, by addressing its root causes and fostering unity, communication, and growth, the people of Grenada can build a more harmonious and supportive society. But you have to mind your goddamn business. And when each of us takes care of what concerns us, the whole will be affected positively. Folks, desirable change will take you to the promised land, not without discipline. Let's take a little break here, a final break, and we come back for a final segment where we'll talk about eliminating, people that do not have the same vision and purpose as you if you want to be successful in life. Get them out of your way. Stop socializing with them, because Grenada seems to be a factory of losers, a factory of negativity, a factory where people bounce very, very low. The frequency is low. The vibration is disgusting. And the energy, undesirable. We have to change that. So let's take a final break here, and we'll come right back with our final segment.
Frederick has got it all. Inspiration, motivation, great advice, and biting opinion pieces as only Eddie Frederick can deliver. Eddie Frederick has got it all.
This is Edification, made possible by the efforts of the Center for Democracy and Good Governance, CDGG. The strength of views and opinions expressed during edification are not necessarily a reflection or representation of the sponsors and/or affiliates of this program.
Eddie Frederick has got it all. Inspiration, motivation, great advice, and biting opinion pieces as only Eddie Frederick can deliver. Eddie Frederick has got it all.
Wonderful, folks. Wonderful. So welcome back. This is the final segment. So for those of you just joining, I want to welcome you. For those of you who are already here, thank you for your loyalty and your continued viewership, support, whatever it is we want to call it. It's always a plum-pleasing pleasure to have you. I did promise you that, you should really eliminate people that do not have the same vision and purpose as you if you want to be successful in life. That's what we're going to be talking about here and other stuff. Remember, folks, there are 8 dimensions to success. And if we were to take them seriously, building appetite for them will require focus. And we therefore will have no time for distractions. Our small society has become a place concentrated with negative energy and vibration, an extremely low frequency. What a pity. We were known to be better than that. But for all of the period 1995 to 2022, for the most part, the poor examples we were privy to as leaders normalized many of our people rising to low expectations. The idea of eliminating people who do not share the same vision and purpose as you is very important and emphasizes the need for us to surround ourselves with individuals who align with our goals and values. Success in life often depends on the environment you create, and the people you allow into your inner circle play a crucial role in shaping your mindset, your motivation, and of course your trajectory. So let's just see if we can look at an expanded exploration of why this principle is, albeit vital. You see, people who don't share your vision or purpose may unintentionally or intentionally derail your focus. They may encourage activities, attitudes, and decisions that conflict with your goals, pulling you away from the path that you've set for yourself. Eliminating these distractions allows you to maintain clarity and direction. You see, your time and energy are precious and finite. Surrounding yourself with people who don't align with your purpose, as many of you do, as a matter of course, can drain these resources, leaving less for what truly matters. By prioritizing relationships with those who uplift and support your vision, you maximize the use of your time and energy in meaningful ways, and thus assure you of some personal prosperity. So what does that really mean? Energy and time are limited resources. So you have to bear that in mind. You see, individuals who don't share your vision may not understand and appreciate your goals. Their skepticism, negativity, and lack of support can sow doubt and make you question even your own purpose. Just take a look at how many people whose confidence has been eroded over time whose progress has been hindered as a result. This is as a result of the company they keep. So you see, misaligned people can undermine your own confidence. Achieving success often involves overcoming challenges and maintaining discipline. Having people around you who understand your vision and share your values can provide the encouragement, accountability, and constructive feedback needed to keep you on track. Conversely, unsupportive individuals may create friction, making your journey more difficult. Folks, what does this tell you? Success requires a supportive environment. When you surround yourself with people who share your vision and purpose, you create what? A synergy that accelerates growth. Like-minded individuals inspire, motivate, and even challenge you in ways that help you expand your skills, knowledge, and perspectives. This alignment fosters collaboration and mutual success. So aligning with like-minded people fuels growth. Not everyone in your life will celebrate your growth or success. Some may feel threatened, envious, or even resentful of your ambition, especially if they don't share the same drive. These feelings can manifest as subtle sabotage, discouragement, or negativity, which can hinder your progress. So misaligned individuals may harbor hidden resentment for you and your progress. Pursuing a meaningful vision often involves making sacrifices, including difficult decisions about relationships. Letting go of people who don't align with your purpose isn't about rejecting them as individuals. Oh no, it is about prioritizing your own growth and staying true to your goals. Purpose requires sacrifice. So when your vision and purpose don't align with someone else's, it often means you're heading in different directions. Trying to maintain these relationships can create tension as your priorities and choices may clash. Aligning yourself with people who share your path ensures smoother, more harmonious relationships. So what does that tell you? Different visions create diverging paths. So how to identify people who align with your vision? They believe in and respect the principles that guide your life. They encourage and celebrate your growth, offering help when needed. They provide honest critiques to help you improve. Their aspirations and actions complement your own, creating opportunities for collaboration. They uplift and motivate you rather than draining your energy or enthusiasm. But you might want to be able to eliminate misaligned individuals respectfully. Determine whether the person actively hinders your vision or if the relationship has simply run its course. Close the chapter. Move on. If appropriate, have an honest conversation about your goals and why the relationship no longer aligns. You need to limit interactions with those who negatively impact your journey. You need to shift your energy towards building connections with like-minded individuals. You need to understand that prioritizing your vision isn't selfish. It's necessary for your success and your fulfillment. So eliminating people who don't share your vision and purpose is a critical step, folks, towards achieving success. While it may be difficult, it ensures that your environment supports your goals, values, and growth. So by surrounding yourself with like-minded, supportive individuals, you create a foundation for success, for fulfillment, and a life aligned with your true purpose. Eliminating people, places, and things that don't align with your vision and purpose is about creating an environment that fully supports your goals, values, and growth. Success and fulfillment often requires clarity, focus, and intentional decision making. Surrounding yourself with the right influences while removing those that hinder your progress is a form of self-care and self-discipline. So if you're not exposed to the negative energies of others, it does not mean that they do not exist in reality. In your reality, they are on the periphery. And because you choose to keep them outside of your boundary, with your high wall and your strong fence, that is the worst form of ignoring they can be dealt. You must do like me. Anyone who is friendly with such people and are therefore exposed to their negativity must also not be allowed near you. Some people mindlessly bring to you what others say about you that you really don't care about and help to muddy your calm and smooth way of living without them. Such people need to be avoided also. You see, relationships profoundly impact your mindset, your energy, and even your direction. Eliminating people who don't align with your vision is not about animosity, but about prioritizing your growth through focus and peace that eventually lead to your happiness. Isn't that interesting, folks? So why eliminate certain people? They consistently criticize or discourage your ambitions. They consistently feel the need to bring what others say about you to you. So you eliminate them because of negativity. Their goals and values clash with yours, creating friction or even distraction. What do you conclude? Gross misalignment. They bring drama, manipulation, and destructive habits to your life. What are they trying to mix you up with? Toxicity. They don't understand or respect your vision, making it harder to stay focused. So what is that? They don't support you. So what should you do instead? Surround yourself with mentors, allies, and peers who inspire, challenge, and support your growth. Build relationships based on shared values and mutual encouragement. You see, folks, your environment, in case you don't know, influences your energy, The places you spend time play a significant role in shaping your mindset and behavior. Environments can either what? Fuel your purpose or drain your energy. So you need to eliminate certain places. Places that encourage distractions or negative habits. If you are a smoker and a drinker and you have dropped those two habits, avoid the temptation of reconnecting with them by staying away from places that they dominate. Those are called unproductive atmospheres. Environments that offer no opportunities for growth or even learning. Limiting groups that talk about people, and minding other people's business as a constant. You can only find stagnation in that environment. Locations tied to past failures, unhealthy relationships, or limiting beliefs. Grenada is full of them. Keep away from them like the plague, because they are what? Emotional weights. What should we do instead? Seek environments that inspire creativity, focus, and growth. But we can't say libraries because we don't have that here. But co-working spaces or nature. You see, not one or two friends that you might have that bring you joy and always know how to get the positive vibes in you to flow. That's what you should do. Gravitate towards them. You will not find a wash of them because such people only come in small numbers. Spend time, folks, in spaces where like-minded individuals gather to collaborate or innovate. Form alliances with spirits that lift you up always. Folks, the things you own and use every day can either align with your vision or distract you from it. Clutter, outdated habits, or unnecessary possessions can weigh you down emotionally and mentally. So why eliminate certain things? You see, items that encourage procrastination or waste of time. Scrolling on social media through the plethora of nonsense posted as a general rule and not knowing when to disconnect. This creates absorption to the point where when you are finished, the time is gone and you are none the wiser or better for the time that you spent doing them. That's what's called distractions. Those are distractions. Possessions tied to negative memories or dated versions of yourself. Emotional clutter. Things that don't contribute to your goals or reflect your purpose. Those are called misaligned priorities. So what should we do instead? Practice minimalism. Keep only what adds value to your life and aligns with your vision. Invest in tools, resources, and even technology that support your growth and productivity. You see, when your relationships, environment, and possessions align with your vision and purpose, they create synergy. You must have vision and purpose so that you become intentional every living day. You see, this alignment helps to fuel your focus, minimizes distractions, allowing you to channel your energy into what truly matters. Boost confidence, reinforces your commitment to your goals and values, accelerates your growth, puts you in a position to learn, collaborate, and innovate more effectively, enhances clarity, eliminates noise, making it easier to see the path ahead. Practical steps to eliminate misaligned influences, folks. You need to identify people who uplift or drain you and adjust your interactions accordingly. You will find that your friend list will drastically reduce. And when you take stock of your life, you will find progress results because you have just audited your circle. Replace activities that don't contribute to your purpose with more productive ones. When you cut certain people and things off, you will find the time to do the things that matter, which add value to your own existence. So, what would you have done? Re-evaluated your habits and routines. Remove possessions that no longer serve you or align with your goals. Declutter your environment. So, we want you to seek out environments that motivate and energize you, folks. Your new desires will lead you to these new places that you will find a lot more fulfilling than those you were used to during your old self. Explore new spaces. But you have to set boundaries, folks. That's a healthy practice to develop. Set boundaries. Protect your energy by saying no to distractions and negative influences. But you know what setting boundaries mean? I'm going to put it down for you, what boundaries. I'm going to put it in the comment section because it's very instructive. Well, I don't know if it's going to pronounce the bold. No, it doesn't. But I'll tell you it here so that you'll see what it actually means. Be aware of what is unacceptable and normalize saying no. Do what is best for you and know that things aren't your responsibility all the time. Your needs matter too. Let me explain it to you. Of course, boundaries. B. The first B is be aware of what is of what is. The O is of what is. Unacceptable, the unacceptable, the U, that's right. And normalize is the N, saying no. Do, the D, what is best for you. And the A, know that things aren't our responsibility all the time. Your, the Y, your needs matter too. And that's the word boundary. So if you want to eliminate people, places, and things that don't align with your vision and purpose, just know that it is not about rejection. It is about creating space for what truly matters to you and your life. By intentionally curating your relationships, environments, and habits, you actually create a foundation that supports your growth, fosters your success, and helps you to stay true to your goals. It's a powerful step towards living a life of intention and fulfillment. You see, folks, if you really spend time focusing on you, not to become conceited or self-absorbed, but curating, directing, and purposing your life, you will be guaranteed to live your best life, minus all the distractions that could stymie your own growth and contribute to a legacy of positivity. So as we close here today, folks, I want to share with you something I borrowed from the Illinois Governor J.D. Pritzker's commencement speech at Northwestern University, I think it was a year ago. Quote, "The best way to spot an idiot, look for the person who is cruel. When you see someone who doesn't look like us, or sound like us, or act like us, or love and live like us, the first thought that crosses our mind is either rooted in fear or judgment, or both for that matter. We survived as a species by being suspicious of things that we aren't familiar with. In order to be kind, we have to shut down that animal instinct and force our brain to travel a different pathway. Empathy and compassion are evolved states of being. They require the mental capacity to step past our most primal urges. Somewhere along the way, over the last 30 or so years, our society has come to believe that weaponized cruelty is part of a well-thought-out master plan. Cruelty is seen by some as an adroit or clever cudgel, club or bat to bludgeon your way to gain power. Empathy and kindness are considered weak. Many of the people we have in positions of authority and responsibility look at the vulnerable only as rungs on a ladder to their climb to the top. When someone's path through this world is marked with acts of cruelty, they have failed the first test of a society that wants to advance. All they've done is never forced their animal brain to evolve past its first primal instinct. They never forged a new mental pathway to overcome their own instinctual fears. And so, their thinking and problem solving will lack the imagination and creativity that the kindest people have in spade loads. Over my maturing process, I have found that the kindest person in the room is often the smartest, unquote. One last thing before I take off today. You must divorce yourself from continuing to be the person who have goals in life, but habits that are not a match for them. You cannot have goals to do well and become rich, but your habits are to do badly and remain poor. When you tout your goal, it must be in tandem with your trajectory, which is who you are becoming, not what you want. People's goals are most times connected to their weaknesses and not their strengths. You can be inspired by seeing somebody else who has a goal of something that they have done which is connected to their strengths. Their dream of what they are living, they are good at that. And you want to sit back and want what they have by looking at the outcome of their hard, long process of self-development along that journey. So you see, you need to find out who you are first. Living is hard work if you take it seriously. Each of us has too many things to focus on that really concern us and take us to the promised land of self-development for us to be distracted with other people's business and not making any advancement with our own lives. Mind your own goddamn business. Folks, desirable change will take you to the promised land, not without discipline. I am in, I'm out, I'm gone. Thanks for joining. Continue to share. See you next week at the same time, same place for more extraordinary programming. Until then, stay safe, stay well, remain vigilant, stay lifted. But remember, all you do, stay focused. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. Just type in my name, Edward or Eddie Frederick. No fake profiles. Subscribe, like, and share. And be prepared to receive your mental multivitamins as straight up as I deliver them through these weekly webinars. Bless your hearts, folks. Go and be productive this week. Go and do some reflection, some inflection, and get your lives together so that every little move you make, folks, can help you to become the better person. And the collective will benefit. Our nation will surely move up, 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 and not down, down, down with these elements that I described earlier for you. Take good care of your wonderful selves, and peace, blessings to all of you. Cheers.
Eddie Frederick has got it all. Inspiration, motivation, great advice, and biting opinion pieces as only Eddie Frederick can deliver. Deliver. Eddie Frederick has got it all.
This has been Edification, made possible by the efforts of the Center for Democracy and Good Governance, CDGG. The Center for Democracy and Good Governance is a sound organization established to promote and strengthen democracy.
I want the best for my family, so every meal has to be perfect. Every bite has to say, There's no doubt in my mind that the best in frozen meats and vegetables has to come from the Country Cold Store. Hams, turkeys, sausages, beef, pork, chicken. I just know my family is in safe hands. Thank you, Country Cold Store, for being there for us for the past 40 years.
There are some interesting specials available at Country Cold Store's Mini Mart while stocks last. Take advantage of these specials as they assist you to stretch your limited funds.
The Country Cool Store, providing the best in frozen meats and vegetables since 1969.
Attention all forward-thinking companies. Sure, you can do with a continuous positive boost to your image and impact your bottom line. If you think training is expensive, try not training and you will experience a perpetual downward spiral in patronage on account of increased dissatisfied customers. Take things into your hands and engage the best at motivation and customer care training with a tried and tested track record. Visit www.efrederick.com now and learn how you can change the atmosphere in your business and improve the customer experience for everyone who does business with you. Spice Island Beach Resort and Belmont Estate are two such local entities of world renown that have benefited tremendously from ongoing customer care, social skills, and motivation training. Training changes everything for the better for any business and every team member. Enhance employee performance through increased awareness and passion for the job at hand. Greater potential in your workforce awaits you through engaged, high-energy training that works. Log on now, www.efrederick.com.
Eddie Frederick has got it all. Inspiration, motivation, great advice, and biting opinion pieces as only Eddie Frederick can deliver. Eddie Frederick has got it all.